Welcome to the round of 16 with Adam Holdinietsky, Anders Warhagen, Carter Thomas, Delshawn Sidhu, Eddie Artsy, Edwin Shen, Eric Kasperek, Jaden Lin, Magnus Lench, Marcel Politowicz, Mikhail Cerny, Niklas Olsen Eliasson, Reed W. Richardson, Samuel Aklan Hana, Victor Gresko, and Zaid Chowdhury. Hello everyone, welcome to Clock Cup Season 3. My name is Carter Williams. I'm going to be your commentator today, and this is a very exciting match, obviously. Two clock solvers who need no introduction. Niklas versus Reed, and it is 3:02, so that means I think it's time to begin. No need for any further delay. So, Niklas, you're the better seed. Would you like to go with heads or tails? Tails. Alright. So Niklas is going to go for tails. And it's going to be heads. So, Reed, would you like to go first or second? Alright, so Reed is going to go second. And Niklas is going to go first. So I'm going to change that and do a new scramble just to be safe. And that is your scramble. Good luck to the both of you. So I believe Niklas is going to be going first. Starting off this match with not a particularly nice scramble. I don't see anything of use other than an adjacent skip. But it's with a 5 move, so +5, which is less than optimal. But we'll see how both manage. Niklas is probably going to use that skip to his advantage, though. And Niklas here is the favorite, but anything could happen in Clock Up. Dropping the clock there just to fix the error he made. 4:87 is the time. Not a strong start for Niklas here. We'll see if Reed can do any better. Oof. So, Reed's happy, but I'm not sure if it's sarcastic. Oh, yeah. Oh, 486. Ooh, yeah, that was close. I saw the double flip there, and I was a little worried. But Reed is the one who actually draws first blood in this match. But maybe not particularly Niklas's best showing, so an early lead can mean everything or nothing. It's really just on how the competitors deal with it. Reed is going to start first, though, in the solve. Doing his hand warm-up with, I guess if you could call it. Let's see what that solves. 340. That's really good. Let's see if Niklas can beat a 340 here. I think he can do that. He averages, I think, low 3, or even sub 3 on a good day, I would assume. But that's gonna do it. I thought it was a DNF, but that's gonna do it. I think that's a 2. Or no, it's a 329. Okay, it's close, but Niklas is actually the one who takes the point there. So very interesting so far. But Niklas is the favorite to win this match, but Reed is also a very high-quality clock solver, so we'll see what happens. 12% of the chat believes Reed could win this match. I think maybe the chances are a little less than that, but we'll see. Niklas, ooh, very smooth, but it's a DNF, so this is going to be a free point for Reed, actually, surprisingly enough. That looked like it could have been a really good solve as well. So all Reed needs to do is he just needs to solve the clock. And as long as he started the timer there, he checks the backside. Yep, that is a solved clock. And whatever gets the job done here, 680, is going to give Reed that second point. So Niklas has yet to take the lead in this match, but this is a prime chance for Niklas to equalize or for Reed to expand on something here. Very intriguing, but let's see, Reed's using his phone. Taking all the time he needs to warm up here. Looks like he just came back from a comp too, or maybe it's just that's his setup with the bags on his left side. You're right, for me and you, the viewer, but looks like it's gonna be 7 simul. Oof, no, that doesn't look great. I think Niklas is gonna safety to solve. That's gonna be a 484. See how Niklas does. This should be an easy point for him though. Alright. Starting to solve. Yeah, and if he solved the back, yep, that's going to do it. So it is 2-2, yep, with a sub 4. So that's going to be the score right now. Niklas has a chance to finally take the lead in this match, but we'll see what happens here. Once again, Niklas has yet to take the lead at all, but that will probably change later on in this match. But we'll see. We'll see. This is a very interesting day. It is April 1st, so anything could happen on April 1st. Backside solved, frontside solved as well. That's going to be probably a low 3. Or maybe I was wrong. 395, so the sub 4 is the benchmark, but that scramble looks really good with that L case and the EE. I think they're just called edge center skips, I think. But yeah, this scramble is really good, so we'll see how the competitors react to that. Ooh, that's gonna beat it, I think. Yeah, 337. So Reed actually maintains his lead over Niklas. We might be witnessing something here. Yeah, this might be an off day for Niklas, but that's not great when this is a single elimination bracket he's in a quarterfinal. So Reed is going to be the one to solve first. Also, Reed hasn't been winning on a lot of great solves. His last 3 wins were consisted of a 46, a 680 on a free point, and a 337. So we'll see what happens here. Reed opting to use flip, but it's DNF, so Niklas is going to get the equalizer here, most likely. DNF 365. Oof. That's going to, yep, the side solved there. So that's going to be a point for Niklas here. 344, that would have actually been the 365 had Reed solved the clock.
Yeah.
But right now, once again, Niklas has a chance to gain the lead. But we'll see what happens. He had a lot of chances, but yeah, this is really interesting. So Niklas, very smooth, very slow. Both sides are solved. I think this is going to be a mid-free, if I had to guess.
Oh.
369. So chance for Reed is past 2 solves or a 365 DNF and a 337. The scramble doesn't look particularly good either, so we'll see what happens. I think Reed's going to opt to use flip, but he's just going to go all out here. But from what I can tell, yeah, that's going to be probably the equalizer for Niklas. It could have been a little bit close, though. 470. No, that's going to be finally, a point for Niklas, which will take over the lead from Reed. The first time that has been accomplished in this match. So Reed has actually been holding off Niklas pretty well, but if Reed just really needs to keep composure here, because if it goes a little loose, then this could be a win for Niklas. But right now, I believe Reed's gonna be the one to solve first. I'm not sure if he's aware of that. Yep. All right, now he's aware. So taking his time with his warm-up here, knowing that this could be technically a chance to equalize. We do see a center skip, and yeah, there's some things you could do here. But that is a really good solve. 341. Both sides are solved. This could be a chance to equalize for Reed, but I think that edge skip is really going to help Niklas save that D move in 7 simul, and just in general, if any method you use. Oof, that's good. That's going to beat a 341. That's going to be probably a low free. 324 from what it looks like. So 5-3 is the score right now. Niklas is getting back into form. But Reed pulling up a good effort here. So Niklas is going to take his time scrambling. And, alright, his camera's fixed. Quickly inspecting. Not a lot to work with on this solve, but maybe some short D moves. That's good for 7 simul. Oof. Bit of a mess up at the end with aligning the last pieces, but that's going to be a 4 from what it looks like. 452, yeah, so this could be a chance for Reed to get a point back, but anything can happen here. I'm not sure if that side was from Niklas or Reed, but if it's from Niklas, it would make sense because, yeah, this is very, very close so far for what it should be. Reed just safeties this solve. Oof. That's not going to do it. Did not. Yeah, 466. So it's going to be 6-3 score right now. Niklas was in a little bit of danger there, but Reed wasn't able to pull through. Reed's going to have a chance to get a point back here. But so far, Niklas has won the past 3 points. This could get interesting very quickly if Reed does not pull through in these next couple of solves. But we'll find out if that early lead really was deserving of the entire match performance. So Reed is going to start inspecting. Reed's not too happy with that. I think that's maybe barely a sub 4 if I had to guess. Oh no, it's DNF 347. So that's going to be a safety solve for Niklas, a free point. And Niklas has, in a flash, Niklas has gained a 4-point lead over Reed when Reed was the one that was leading for most of this match. So that's going to be 7-3 is the score since both sides are solved. And yeah, 7-3. Niklas could make it ugly very quickly. But this is kind of a pattern, to be honest. We don't really see Niklas performing at his very best at the start of the matches, but usually once he gets in the middle in the end, he will find a rhythm and he will destroy the opponent. But yeah, for now, that pattern seems to be repeating itself. That's a good solve, assuming the backside solved. Yep. And that's going to be probably a sub. That's going to be a 3.5, actually. 3.57. Very consistent so far. if Reed is still in this match, I would expect him to win this point, but I don't know. This could be more of a preying on Niklas's downfall rather than Reed's clutches. But yeah, it's a double flip. That's gonna be Niklas's point at the end of the day. It's a 421. Yep. So 8-3 so far. Reed's gonna solve first. Because I think if Reed just wears down Niklas maybe a little more, starts to get more consistent with his solves, maybe starts to get more sub fours to scare off Niklas, then that could throw him off. Yeah, he's really messing up a lot, double flipping on most of his solves, to be honest. And yeah, that's gonna be an 8 flat for Reed, but it's gonna be Niklas's 9th point. Most likely, as long as he solves the clock and gets a solve under 8 seconds, which shouldn't be too hard. Yep, safetying the back. That's going to be a 482. So that's 9 points for Niklas, 3 points for Reed. Yeah, I would just say to Reed right now, maybe if you want to have a chance back at this match, just calm down a little more. Like, take the sub fours. Even if you want to go all out, you're more prone to make mistakes there. But Niklas is gonna start here. He's gonna be solving first. Ooh, that's a DNF in the back. But Niklas was almost happy about that. 288. So as long as Reed solves then the clock, then this should be a point back for him. Yep, both sides are solved. That's going to be the 4th point here. 9-4. So Reed has gotten the point back. Let's see what happens. I think Niklas now is starting to get a little more. Maybe if that DNF throws him off a little bit, he'll get a little more uncomfortable. But let's see how Reed does here. The scramble looks to be, yeah, not a lot of very lucky scrambles so far, to be honest. And yeah, this solve looked super aggressive, to be honest. 465 is the time. See how Niklas does here. Yeah, not a lot of work with for Niklas either. I would assume he'd start on the side with the +2. Backside solved. That's probably going to be a high 3, but it will get the job done. 371. That's going to be double digits for Niklas here. 10-4 is the score. This solve looks really good for 7 simul, I think. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this would be. Yeah, you could either go with that adjacent case or you could go with that edge case. You have the corner skip for Reed, so a lot of stuff to work with right now, but we'll see how it plays out. That's a solved clock from Niklas, and I think it's going to be a low 321 from what I can read there. 323, excuse me. So Reed is going to try to steal a point from Niklas here, but I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. Oof. Yeah, these solves are not looking great for Reed. 682. That's going to be the 11th point. I've asked the competitors for a halftime, but Niklas is saying no. If Reed starts to solve, then I would assume that would be a no. So Reed's gonna solve first. I think. All right, Reed has left his desk right now, but he's coming back. Warming up. And this looks like Niklas has secured the win. I don't really see Reed getting back into the game after his recent performances, but anything could happen. We saw Erd come back from 7-1 down. Oh, it's a DNF. Reed's putting on his headset.
Wait, were we supposed to go to halftime? I think
No.
Oh.
So that's going to be a DNF 4 flat. Yep. Yeah, just not a great performance from Reed in this latter half of the match. We saw some pretty good solves in the early stages, but yeah, that just doesn't seem to be the case. It's not Reed's day. Niklas grew a little more into the match. That's going to be 12-4 so far. Three more points for Niklas, 11 more points for Reed, if either of them want to win this match. So we'll see how it ends here. Oof, a flip from Niklas, something you see very rarely. That's going to be a 5, so a chance for Reed to get back a point, 534. Also on a very good scramble, too, if there's edge cases, but I assume that Reed would safety to solve, more or less. Yeah, he's going at it. Check the backside. It's solved. And I think that's going to be a free 33, yeah. All threes here. 12-5 right now. The comeback starts now, I guess. But we'll see if it continues that way. It's a very odd way to put your clock in a clock cover, but we'll see how this works out. Will this be... This is not a good scramble. Yeah, this is just... Let's see here. Oof, that second side, the corners don't look great. Checking the backside to see if it's solved, but that's probably going to be a high... No, that's going to be a low 533 from Reed here, which should signal a safety from Niklas, but we'll see what happens. This is the latter half of the stage, possibly when competitors who have secured a win are going to be a little bit more experimental with their solves, or risky, I should say. That's solved on both sides, so that's going to be 367, and that will be Niklas's 13th point. So Niklas is going to solve. Here we go. Is not very happy about it. What was the time there? 4:47, yeah. So a chance for Reed to get back some points. Maybe in the last stages of the match when we're wrapping up. taking time to reset his timer. As long as that's sub 4, it should take the point. Yep, 370. That's going to be 13 to 6 is going to be the time. Let's see if there's still any room left in the tank for Reed. He will have to win the next 9 points in a row to secure a victory, or he could win 8 points and only concede 1 point. So that would be a 9-point streak of amazing solves from Reed, or maybe a terrible performance from Niklas if Reed wants to get back into this. But all Niklas has to do is he needs just to win 2 points before Reed wins 9. So definitely a taller order for Reed to complete, but we'll see what happens. Anything can happen in Claw Cup. Very fast first side. Second side is great. This could be interesting. Yeah, there's a free 11 from Reed there. Let's see if Niklas can beat that. I'm not sure if he can. Oh. That looked good. That looked really good. That's going to be a 2, I think. It's a 279. Yeah, 14 points for Niklas. So, when we thought it was Reed's day, unfortunately not so much. But Niklas is going to set the benchmark for himself on this match point to possibly wrap up the match in all. But we'll find out what happens here. This could be the solve to end the solves of this match. And it looks really good as well. That's going to be another 2, I think. A 282. Yep. So all Reed has to do is beat a 282 to stay in this match, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I remember the last match, though, we had a match point at 299, and Dilshan beat it with a 270. He went on to lose that match, unfortunately. But we'll see if Reed can pull off anything similar to that. Oh! Oh, he did! Oh, he did! 275!
What?
Wow. Okay,
No.
we're gonna get an instant replay of that. Okay. 275 from Reed W. Richardson under the pressure of a 288. That is absolutely insane. And if the match ends soon, he can walk with his head held high for sure after that solve. But he is going to be the first one to solve here, setting the benchmark for Niklas's match point. Reed will have to win the next 7 solves in a row if he wants a chance to win. And then he'd have to win 2 more points consecutively after that before Niklas does. But that first side looked a little finicky. Ooh, it's a double flip. And it might be over for Reed, but that's going to be an okay solve. No, it's 520. So Niklas, this looks to be the point that's going to it looks like he's going to safety and this should be the point to end the point. Yep. That is the point to make the point made that Niklas is on a great run here. 15 to 7 is the final score, but that the second to last point was insane. So great match from the both of you. I have a lot of questions actually, but first off, what did you guys think of that match?
I don't like I haven't practiced clock very much in the last week. So I felt a bit rusty, but I think it went pretty smoothly otherwise.
Reed, what was the match for you?
I was just really here to just have fun because I kind of knew I was gonna lose when I'm facing someone like Niklas. So I was just here for the fun. Really.
Right. I do have to ask though about 2 things. So One, you actually did hold a very impressive start to the match. You were actually in the lead. You didn't let Niklas take the lead until the eighth, or sorry, the seventh round, I believe. But then after that, it kind of started to unravel a little bit. Do you possibly know why? Because I did notice that you were being maybe a little more shaky with your turning. Do you think that was just with nerves, or trying to just a strategy to solve faster that just didn't work?
I don't know. I think I may have just been like trying to turn faster, which sort of screwed me over. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but that would be like my best guess.
Right. Um, Nicholas, two very impressive solves towards the end, but yeah, I did notice that maybe you were maybe experimenting a little, or not experimenting a little more, but just being a little bit more risky, especially getting maybe more, because you had those like the five and the four, but then you had the twos. Was that just a product of knowing you won the match and trying to maybe turn faster and having and being a little bit more comfortable, or was it just luck? Would you say?
Mm, like, I think midway through the match, I realized that the clock I thought was bad was actually pretty, like, better than the one I used. So, I think that kind of is like sort of the reason why. Also, probably just a little bit more lucky, yeah.
Right. Um, I will ask both of you about that. The second to last solve though, the 282. So I actually this is probably more directed at Reed if anything. The 275. What was your thought process going through that, knowing that that would probably that had a very good chance of killing the match, but you were able to pull through and clutch. What was behind that?
Well, I think it definitely helped that it was like a six. There was like a six simul scramble, and then on top of that, I just like didn't really care what happened because I knew the match was already over. Nick Lawson already gotten the two on the scramble, so I thought it was over. But I don't know. I guess it's like my turning was like so on point, and I got you know.
Right. All right. My final questions, Niklas. So you are going to be facing. Let me check the bracket here. You'll be facing either Marcel or Anders after this match. So what is your thought process going into the semifinal? Do you think you can make it to the final, and do you think you can win?
Uh, I think if I actually practice a little bit more in the up and coming days, I think I have a pretty good shot. Otherwise, I'm not really as sure.
Right. It would be very interesting if Anders was to win the next match, and that would be that would be one match, Anders versus Niklas. Um, so I'm very excited for that semifinal, whether it's Niklas versus Anders or Niklas versus Marcel. Reed, final question for this match. What was your favorite clock cut moment of the season, and what are your last words before we log off for tonight?
Well, my favorite clock moment is pretty hard to decide because I really enjoyed a lot of this, even although my luck wasn't the greatest because I had to face Nick Loss, which was like kind of an instant death sentence. It was really fun. I guess my best moment may have been the two I just got. My
Right.
last word and my last words. Uh, I guess let Nick Loss cook.
Let Niklas cook. Okay, so that is Reed's last words, but don't go anywhere, guys. At 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be Carter Thomas versus Samuel Eklund Hanna. The winner of that match will face off against, I believe, Eric, who won yesterday's match. And that's going to be a really fun final to watch either way, no matter who advances. But stay tuned, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, it is Anders versus Marcel. That is going to be the last quarterfinal of the season, and it will be a very exciting quarterfinal to say the least. So thank you guys for watching. Nicholas, I just have to ask you one question before we completely log off, but I'm gonna end the stream right now. I will see you all at 5 p.m. Eastern. This will be 4, this will be 5.